I feel like you've asked me this question before. All right. So listen, Sally starts a business, right? And she puts her cupcakes for sale on the windows of her shelves in a little suburb that she has not told anyone about. She's like, you know what? I want to be a boss bitch. I want to make myself a cupcake store and I'm going to do it alone, right? She puts it up. 1 week passes and no customers come, and she comes to Source Me and she asks this exact question. She says, why does no one care about my product or service? You know what my response to her would be? Why should anyone care about your product or service, right? Why do you feel the need to be entitled to think that people should care about your product or service? If you can't answer me that, then that means the market is doing its job by putting you in your place, which means that you have not worked hard enough to make a name for your product or service, right? Let me tell you something. Every single restaurant has something special about them, right? But let's just talk like chef as an example. Every chef has like that secret sauce or the secret salt or the secret salt and pepper or whatever the fuck it is, right? For marketing, what that secret shit is USP. If you are just tuning in and you don't know what a USP is, a USP is a unique selling point. That is something that differentiates yourself from the market. And no, I don't mean be weird and be funny. I mean something about your business that sets it apart from someone who's been established in the market before. Because let me tell you something. Nothing you're going to do from now and in the next 10 years, 90% of people watching this, nothing you do is not going to have been done before. Everything's been done. There is nothing new under the sun. Even if it is new, it's an adaptation of something that's already been done. Okay. And that's 100%. So when you're putting that into perspective, you're saying, how am I going to take market share from people who already have the market? I don't know, bro. Be different. How did every other business do it? Right? How did we do it? Yeah. It's like, why do you think that people will care about your product or service if you are going straight into this vanilla, and by vanilla, I mean normality of a business, right? You've literally gone on Google and followed the steps by step of how to start a business, and you think you're going to sell like fucking, you know, the best cupcake world in the city. Let me tell you something, Sally. This cupcake store in the city is going to be selling 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, 50 times as much as you. Right? And there's nothing you can do about it except try to earn market share in somewhere else, or try to persuade those customers that your cupcakes have something special about them that cupcake store doesn't have. And if you're wondering what the fuck I'm talking about a storyline. I'm talking about, why should people buy from you? Why should their money, hard-earned money, go towards your cupcake if they could buy it somewhere else? Is it price? Because when I started my business, I thought price was all you could differentiate yourself from, right? I put my shit dirt cheap, bro. Right? And it got me heaps of customers. Did they stay? No. Was it manageable? No. So it has to be more than price. Is it your supply time? Is it your delivery time? Right? Is it who you are as a person? Are you going out being extra? When Eminem like rose from fame, right? You know how he did it? But he was buying CDs with the money he earned from his shitty factory job at $10 an hour. He was buying CDs and handing them out. And no rapper was doing that at the time. You know what they were doing? They were doing cassettes. They were buying spots on shelves in cassette shops, right? Eminem literally got CDs, stacks of CDs, and handed them out. You know what Taylor Swift did? Taylor Swift went and replied to every single Twitter comment as she was on the come up, and went and recorded at the venues that were people were asked. Random people around America would tweet at her and be like, hey, Taylor Swift, I want you to come listen. I want you to come sing at my wedding, right? And she would literally go there and do it. And there was no one else doing it at the time. And that's how she's on the come up. So now I ask you, what are you doing in comparison to Eminem, Taylor Swift? What are you doing in comparison to Red Rooster, KFC, Macca's? In your business that differentiates it from all your competitors, right? No one's going to care. The market isn't there. You shouldn't feel entitled that the market share should come to you because you have a good product or service. No one gives a fuck. If no one knows, no one cares, right? We could have the best social media agency in the world, Mark, but if no one knows about it, how are we going to get customers, right? If no one knows our story behind why we started it, if no one knows what we provide, how are people going to care? And if you're sitting here wondering like, all right, bro, like you roasted us, like, tell us how we could do it. Well, I'm telling you what you can do is make a storyline, right? Build your social media presence. Yeah. Differentiate yourself in one way. Like one thing I always say to people when they say, how am I meant to come up with a new idea? You don't. You adapt an already transformed idea and you make it better in your own way where you can profit from it, and the business that the customers that you are providing it to can benefit off it as well in a different way from when the customers in your competitors can, right? And let me just end it with this. The more vanilla and mainstream you are, the less customers and the less you stand out you will be. All right. Peace out.